With that courtroom clash between the mayor of East Point and the judge during her sentencing hearing today. Monique Owens is now sentenced to 6 months probation. She also has to perform 100 hours of community service for misusing COVID-19 relief money for her personal business. 7 Action News reporter Sarah Michaels is outside Macomb County Court with how Owens caused the judge to be outraged inside that courtroom.
In the 4 years that Monique Owens has been East Point's mayor, she has been charged with fraud and sued by residents. You could say that it's been a rocky road, much like court Thursday morning.
Even though I pled what I pled, I know that I am not a fraud.
Even though in September, East Point Mayor Monique Owens pled no contest for fraudulently applying for a grant, Thursday, at her sentencing, she said to cameras,
"Don't believe the allegations that you have heard about me."
The Macomb County judge didn't take that well.
Are you talking to the TV or are you talking to me as the judge? Because I don't think you're talking to me as the judge. And you're really telling me you did absolutely nothing wrong and therefore this case should be proceeding differently.
This fall, the 39-year-old mayor was charged for falsely stating on a 2020 CARES Act grant that her business, Naturally Funny Talent Agency, was 51% veteran-owned. It's not, and that it had more than 100 employees. It doesn't. Owens received $10,000 from the grant and in September was ordered to pay that money back in restitution, which she did. The crime adds to Owens' tumultuous time in office. She's also being sued by East Point residents for suppressing citizen comments in 2022.
I'm here in support of Councilman Curley.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna stop you right there, or we're gonna stop the council meeting.
Are you disappointed in the mayor?
Very, very disappointed.
Owens made history in 2019 as the city's first black mayor. Tanja Price says that she has lived in East Point for 10 years and was thrilled to vote for Owens 4 years ago. Now, after years of drama, she says that she's glad to see Owens' term coming to an end.
I found that very offensive. I think that if you do something wrong, if you really have a change in heart, a change in your ways, what's to smile about?
Price is referring to this smile in court Thursday. I reached out to Owens for comment and did not hear back. The judge ultimately sentenced her to 100 days of community service and 6 months probation, along with a few choice words.
Personally, I think you are a disappointment to our community and to the citizens of East Point.
And this week, East Point has elected a new mayor, Michael Kleinfeld. He has said that his top priority as mayor will be to improve the perception of East Point. At the Macomb County Courthouse, Sarah Michaels, 7 Action News.
All right, thank you so much, Sarah.
A Middle Tennessee police officer is in jail tonight facing criminal charges. The Tennessee Bureau of Investigation says Mount Juliet police officer Franklin DeRigi was fired last month after the TBI opened an investigation into him. The TBI says DeRigi misused criminal justice data but didn't specify what exactly that means. Earlier this month, a Wilson County grand jury indicted him on 16 counts of official misconduct. Law enforcement booked him tonight into jail.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Mary Bubala.
And I'm Kai Jackson. Baltimore City State's Attorney Marilyn Mosby is facing 4 federal charges of perjury and making false statements on loan applications. It comes 10 months after Fox 45 News first learned of the federal investigation into her finances.
Fox 45 News has relentlessly followed the story since then, keeping you updated every step of the way. And tonight, the fallout from those charges begins in Baltimore City. We have live team coverage tonight as our reporters look into every aspect of this indictment. Rio Creighton and Keith Daniels with reaction pouring in from Baltimore City leaders and residents.
Mackenzie Frost examines the real estate at the center of these charges.
And Jeff Abel, he has the indictment and what happens next for the city's top prosecutor. Jeff?
Well, a date for her initial court appearance has yet to be set, but tonight, the woman charged with enforcing the law is now accused of breaking it.
State's Attorney Marilyn Mosby has long complained that her so-called progressive policies have made her a public target, even as late as last night in an online interview.
They will come against you with everything that they have. I've been mocked, ridiculed, harassed, sued, investigated.
And now she's been indicted. A federal grand jury issued a 4-count indictment on Thursday, accusing the state's attorney of lying on a mortgage loan application and perjury. The indictment centers around her purchase of 2 Florida homes.
She said and got a more favorable interest rate because she had indicated on her mortgage application that it was not going to be used as a rental property, and then almost immediately turned around and made the property a rental property.
In another case, prosecutors say Mosby failed to indicate on mortgage applications that the IRS had placed this $45,000 lien on her home in Maryland.
You have to sign it under the penalties of perjury. Well, she had a tax lien.
The indictment also accuses Mosby of falsely claiming she had suffered from financial hardship due to the coronavirus in order to make early withdrawals from her retirement plan. The indictment shows the box she personally checked on the application. She allegedly used those withdrawals as down payments on her 2 Florida vacation homes.
These charges are very, very, very drilled down to specific items. And they're also very easy items to prove.
The indictment doesn't mean Mosby must resign, but already there are questions about her ability to prosecute.
The problem is that this is an elected official who is charged with prosecuting, among other crimes, financial crimes.
Mosby can be removed from office on the recommendation of the Maryland Attorney General and then the approval by the state Senate. But so far, there's no indication the Attorney General has any plans to do so. We're live tonight. Jeff Abel, Fox 45 News.
Brett, tell us what happened.
Yeah, so we just heard from the verdict was read in. The jury signaled that they had reached a verdict around 2:30, 2:45. We got word that there was something coming around 3 o'clock, and that we did learn that there would be a verdict that was read at 4 o'clock. So once everyone came inside, we saw Marilyn Mosby walk in shortly before 4 o'clock. She came inside, everyone sat down, then the jury was brought in, and on both counts, one by one, the jury read the verdict to the judge and said that they found her guilty on both perjury charges. Now, if we go back and look at this case, we know that this started on Monday. Opening statements started. We had a couple witnesses. It was a much shorter trial than originally expected and anticipated. So today, what is Thursday now, we know that she has been found guilty. We expect her to come out, potentially answer some questions. Throughout this entire trial, she has remained pretty quiet, not answering questions from the media. We hope we can ask her defense attorney some questions as well if and when everybody does come outside. Remember, Marilyn Mosby opted not to take the stand yesterday. That was the big question heading into yesterday, was that would she take the stand? She made the decision not to do so, and it came after prosecutors warned her that if she did take the stand, that they would ask her about previous tax deductions and questionable things that may or may not lead to more charges down the road. So now we know she's not taking the stand here, but remember that this isn't over because she is still facing 2 more charges for the mortgage fraud. That trial has yet to be scheduled. Mary and Kai, we're expecting to potentially learn more about the next steps. We just got the verdict moments ago, and hopefully I'll be able to share more information in a little bit.
Defense attorney is facing a number of serious charges after she allegedly destroyed evidence. Hendersonville police tell us Jocelyn Mims found and deleted child pornography off of a client's cell phone. That client is still facing felony charges. Mims is currently in jail, scheduled to appear in court later this month.